Hi everyone, this is Mary with Seer Tarot. This is your daily channeled reading, tarot and oracle reading. This is going to be for August 9th, 2020. And so I already got a message. It's mistakes aren't really mistakes at all. So how that happened was I was trying to I forgot to schedule August 8th for 3 in the morning. That's Eastern time, like I usually do. And or I don't know, 3 a.m. somehow, and I forgot, and it wouldn't let me change it. And I said, well, I guess it's supposed to be that way. And they said, they told me mistakes aren't really mistakes at all. And so because you didn't do that, it was supposed to be that way from the beginning. You were not supposed to upload it tomorrow. It was information that people needed today. So you have 2 dailies for August 7th. One was I'm doing all 3 days though, because I have shows, but one of them, so today I did Friday and Saturday, but you're going to get them both at the same time on Friday, the August the 7th. So all of that background, I know, a lot of information, but mistakes may not be mistakes at all. They may be part of the lesson. And so whatever was overlooked was supposed to be, or whatever mistake was made was supposed to be. So let's go into this and let's see how that is going to transpire today for you, August 9th. What's that going to change in your daily experience or your weekly experience, whatever? Maybe it's the way the universe orchestrates, how the universe gets things done, gets things moved, So, and it's so big. I can't imagine trying to orchestrate something being in the universe and go, if I change this over here is going to, it's like butterfly wings and then there's a hurricane over here on the other side of the world, something like that. But so let's talk about the moon. But that's just an example that a lot of people use, like the butterfly effect. So I did like that movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it was like from the 80s or 90s. It's a really good movie, but it was kind of dark. And I don't think things have to be so dark if we decide to change them. It doesn't have to be like that. But there's always unintended consequences for everything we do. And it appears that that's part of the story. Okay, so we have the moon here. So, and this kind of fits into this, right? The moon, the unseen. This is a great card, okay? It's 18, which is a 9, which is almost the end of a cycle. But the moon here has strings, and these people are puppets. And they're being totally played by what is not seen. So, who's your puppet master? That's like the moon is a puppet master. Somebody unseen is just running. I mean, somebody here, or maybe all of us here. It depends on how you want to look at it. What do we, whose tune are we dancing to? Is it ours? Is this our subconscious mind? So the moon is about what's unseen, how the subconscious kind of, but it's also about that information being uncovered, which is good news, seeing what we couldn't see before. Next card, that was a lot out of one card, right? Queen of Swords. So if you were to see what you did not see and you realize that you were being manipulated by A, B, or C, and you realize that it changed your whole life, and it wasn't pretty, the picture wasn't pretty, would you be mad like the Queen of Swords reversed? That's air energy. So the moon, I believe, is Pisces, but the moon always reminds me of all 3 water signs. There's a Scorpio, because there's usually a Scorpio in this picture, not in this particular one, but usually in most moon. And you also in Pisces, and then it reminds me of also Cancer. But anyway, so I would say any water sign, but this is about emotion. This is things that trigger our emotions that are unseen, okay? And it's something that was implanted a long time ago, like an experience or something like that. So the Queen of Swords is like, once we found out this information is uncovered, we may just be really upset. And we may feel like we just want to vent, and it may not be pretty. Maybe if you found out, for example, that somebody was stealing from you, just an example, and you went and you wanted to tell them off. So this right here it's a moment of pause. That's what I'm hearing. Consider how this is going to come across before you use that air energy. And this is Queen of Swords reverses is just it's going to be brutal, but it's going to be the truth now. Okay. Okay. So air is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay. This is good. Pause. This is they're asking me to ask you to pause. Ask us to pause. Pause after we find out. Okay. So the Page of Swords is next. So consider doing research about what we're upset about. Okay. Consider the research. Let's get the backstory about why the lie happened, why the deceit happened, why the theft happened. So we can try to understand a little bit more. Because Queen of Swords has been betrayed and she's just mad. And she wants to vent or kind of take it out. I mean, she's not going to go slice anybody up, but she's going to use the swords of truth and it might hurt somebody. So you might find that there's more information that will be obtained in understanding by doing some doing background check. Okay, background check, interesting. By doing your research. Okay, so if you had a certain stance that you took in the world, for the last 20 years, say, you looked at things a certain way and there was movements that supported this and, you felt secure in that. And then you found out that it might have been based on a lie or there was something that you were being manipulated. So let's come back to the manipulation. Let's come back to the puppet strings, right? This one is major manipulation. And once you found out you were being manipulated, you were just mad. And she does have blood on her sword, out for blood, okay? And there's blood on the ground. So that's interesting. Not typically do we see that with the Queen of Swords, but here, yes. So if one is resistant to the information, you say, oh, that's not true. And I'm going to, if you are resistant to that being true, before you react, consider doing the research and seeing if it's true. Getting ourselves back into emotional balance. This person is not emotionally balanced. So this is air energy again. Take your time, do the research, calm yourself down, and then move forward. Nothing is done in this good will be done in this energy, even if it's true. We have to be calm, especially if we're up against something bigger than us, okay? Whew, that was a lot. All right. And go to the source that you found out about and ask for information. Look, it's hard for me to believe that. So I'm finding myself resistant and angry about this, what's being spoken. Can you show me evidence so I can try to understand? And you will uncover the truth. That's what the Page of Swords is about. It's about the young learning energy willing to do the research to find out what's real and what's true. Yeah, that's it. And this is a positive, looking at it in a positive way. Look, I'm open for learning. Because whatever it is, it's important. Okay, I'm just trying to... That was kind of heavy. So let's get, we're going to do 2 angels and ancestor cards because we want to, this will assist you in spiritual guidance, okay? Or us in spiritual guidance. I don't know what we're going to find out or what you're going to find out, but remember that mistakes are not mistakes at all. So if somebody slips, they were supposed to, or if somebody whatever, it was supposed to happen that way, okay? Shapeshifter. So consider doing things in a different way. Consider taking a different angle. Consider, instead of reacting, being calm and doing the research. Whatever way you're used to dealing with something, please consider taking a breath and doing it differently. Because otherwise we may be adding to the chaos in not only in your life, but in the world, okay? So we really need to be careful how much we our anger, all of that, because it adds to the collective anger. It adds to the collective chaos. If we say, no, I'm going to wait and I'm going to research, then it adds to the collective learning, okay? Because everything you learn goes into that big collective pile of information, and that's important. Shapeshifter, that's transform and unveil your gifts. This may be about, maybe nothing. This is about you finding why you're here. You may find that through this research, you find all kinds of gifts. Because, and I think could be intuitive, because the moon is about intuitive. So you knew something was wrong, but you had no idea it was like this, okay? That's important. But you knew it the whole time. That's what they're saying. Okay, shaman, there you go. Trust in higher forces. Open you up to understand the truth. Open you up to you always understood the truth. Now, as you research and you confirm that, and I'm getting chills everywhere, as you confirm the actual hard evidence, or what we call hard evidence, bump that against the shaman part of you, your higher self, your higher forces, and ask for assistance. If you're stuck, you don't know where to look, ask them for that. But this guy, he's outfitted, he's got all of his spiritual warfare and all kinds of different, he's got his, what is that? That's it's like a healing, four-sided healing. I'm so sorry for it. Healing wheel. It's a medicine wheel. He's got his medicine wheel. He's got the owl is knowledge. He's got the feathers for protections, like spiritual protection and connection. This guy is outfitted and he's prepared. And so there's a shaman, either it was you in a past life or it's a family member, and it's definitely some kind of Native American thing or a tribal indigenous thing. And this is a different kind of indigenous, okay? So it's really interesting. I would love any comments you may have on this, because it's big. And it's, remember, mistakes aren't really mistakes at all. They were part of the plan, okay? Love you. Have a good day. Oh, man, I'm excited to see, or interested to see, what it's going to bring me on this day also. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.